Hello YouTube, welcome back to a special edition of Driving in the News. By special edition, I mean it is Saturday. And I normally don't upload a Driving in the News on Saturday, but I am going to work today. And because I am going to work today, I'm going to upload a Driving in the News video. And I know lately I've been uploading 2 videos a day, usually a Pride and Patterson video in the morning, or a Fred Drives video in the morning, and a Driving in the News at 4 p.m. that day. The reason I'm doing that is because while I love my YouTube channel and I love my subscribers, and I want to upload content that you're interested in, but I also feel it's necessary to document our history by documenting the local news here in the New York Metropolitan area. I have been told in comments that it's unnecessary to do this because the news is always going to be on the internet for the future, and it's true, but it's the local news that get lost to history. All right, let's get you into the news.
Good morning, I'm Brian Britton. Roughly 6,000 NYPD officers blanketing the city yesterday, covering synagogues and other houses of worship amid protests over the Israel-Hamas conflict. Police telling 1010 Wins a total of 61 people arrested, including 2 state assembly people. Egypt now opening its border at the Rafah crossing to allow foreigners, including U.S. citizens, in Gaza to pass through. Palestinians, though, still prohibited from leaving for Egypt from the southern border of the Gaza Strip. We get more now on the conflict from our partners at ABC News.
A U.S. official says the U.S. did not ask Israel to hold off on a ground invasion of Gaza, but said discussions did include the importance of taking civilians into account. ABC's Ian Panel has the latest from Gaza a week after Hamas attacked Israel.
The death toll in Gaza now 2,200 and rising hourly. In Gaza, emotions spilling into the streets, bodies carried above the crowd. Airstrikes over the past 8 days destroying homes, buildings and communities. The only power plant in Gaza now out of fuel, leaving the area without running water or electricity, and food supplies also cut.
Egypt, Israel, and the U.S. have agreed to allow foreigners to enter Egypt as they leave Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken meeting with Saudi Arabia's foreign minister, and President Biden spoke with the families of 14 Americans still unaccounted for on Friday. With continuing coverage, Israel-Hamas war, I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
Wins News Time 7:31. Traffic and transit. Here is Sue Aller.
Brian, let's go to Brooklyn with that construction on the BQE. So on the westbound side of Atlantic Avenue, only one lane is getting by, and on the eastbound side, completely closed from Atlantic Avenue to the Manhattan Bridge, and this is not going to be clear till 4 a.m. Monday morning. So you are being detoured off at Atlantic Avenue. You can get back on at Tillery Street, and we are starting to see some local traffic in your local streets. J Street starting to get a little bit busy as well. Stick with Flatbush Avenue for the time being. But once you get back onto the BQE, eastbound of the Kosciuszko Bridge, there's more construction taking down a couple of lanes. And in Queens, it's getting a little bit better northbound on the Van Wyck by Atlantic Avenue. It looks like the roadwork has been cleared and the delays are starting to ease out. Now in the Bronx, it is stop and go on the Cross Bronx on the westbound side by Webster Avenue. It looks like we do have some emergency construction, and here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. You're doing okay at the George Washington Bridge. Outbound side of the Holland, that is closed till about 9 o'clock this morning, and the Pulaski Skyway, New Jersey, also shut down both ways between Raymond Boulevard and Tenley Circle until 10 p.m. Go with the Newark Bay extension. Some subway delays on the DL&A trains, and traffic is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Sue Aller, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the law?
Yeah, the other importance of doing the documenting of the news now is because obviously the war going on in Gaza and Israel. So I feel it's important to document the local area, even though they're doing the ABC News, which is a national outlet.
looks like it.
But it's good to hear the local interpretations as well.
Atmosphere. So maybe a sprinkle as you head west of the city, especially as you head west of 287 right now. But the rain is coming, and as we progress through the rest of this morning,
There's the gasoline prices: $3.35 cash, credit is $3.35 also, and Supreme is $4.35.
56, pretty much where we're at right now. We'll fall back in the lower 50s here with that rain this afternoon. Low of 50 tonight. Heck, with the real field temperatures dropping to near 40 here by the end of the day. Just grab the jacket, rain jacket, and umbrella, and we'll get through it. Heading into tomorrow, some clouds to start, perhaps a shower as well. Then clouds will break for some sun. Still dealing with a gusty breeze, though, at times for tomorrow. The high is 60. Real field stay in the lower 50s much of the day. Shower to start the day. Monday, high 58. Perhaps a couple showers. Tuesday, high 59. Currently, it's 55 degrees in Central Park. We have cloudy skies. Repeating, the current temperature is 55, heading up to 56 this morning in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
We've got 51 right now in West Orange, 54 degrees in Merrick, and this morning it is 50 in Bronxville. Argument over a parking spot turned violent. One guy beat another guy unconscious. Happened Thursday, October 5th, Jackson Heights, 37th Avenue. Police telling 1010 winds the victim, a 49-year-old man, was standing in front of a parking spot. Another guy started beefing with him. It turned violent. Suspect punched the victim multiple times in the head and knocked him out. Now, while this victim was on the ground, unconscious, the suspect took the guy's cell phone and then took off in a car. Cops know the make, the model, and even the Connecticut license plate number. They're looking for the suspect. They say if you know anything, call Crime Stoppers. Embattled New York Republican Representative George Santos going viral for a reason not related to his legal troubles. He was in the Longworth House office building yesterday. Two people wandering around asking different congressmen and women what they thought about what they called the Israeli genocide in Gaza. Now, the majority of lawmakers ignored them, but not Santos. There were some cameras around.
The gentleman back there is a terrorist sympathizer that has no business in this building. What is happening in Israel is abhorrent. What is happening to the people of Israel should not be defended. Nobody defending Hamas has any business in this building, whether you're elected, whether you're a civilian.
Capitol Police did end up arresting one of those anti-war protesters. Olympic medalist Mary Lou Retton remaining in the ICU with a rare form of pneumonia and no health insurance. Her daughter's fundraising online.
My sisters and I are overwhelmed. We're overwhelmed. We didn't even realize that there's so many people out there that love her just as much as we do.
So far, the campaign on Spot Fund has raised more than $410,000. We've got 1010 Wins Entertainment coming up. Talk about an animated show's finale. A big finale coming up next.
New York, the Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Order your official New York lottery tickets right from your phone with jackpots.com.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. A quick snippet of the news here for Saturday, October 14th, 2023. We're going to see you on the next video.